Food and grocery manufacturers are really paying attention to their environmental footprint and how they can improve that. When it comes to packaging, it is essential that we have packaging that can protect the integrity, the safety, the quality of food and grocery products, but that can leave an environmental footprint. So the industry is working very hard to design packaging that reduces the environmental impact and looking at ways that we can better capture that packaging, avoid it going into landfill, and instead create a circular loop that can bring that packaging back into new packaging.
Tell us about the National Plastics Recycling Scheme, or NPRS. What opportunities does it offer?
We're very conscious in creating a product stewardship scheme for soft plastics that we're not just collecting and processing the material, but that we're taking that back into packaging. So one of the really important design features of the scheme will be commitments from brand owners to use recycled content that is developed through that scheme. This sets us apart from previous schemes that have been in place around soft plastics and will ensure that we're able to capture, process and reuse this material. So we're looking at multiple advanced recycling technologies that are able to deliver us food-grade safe packaging. The reason that is so important is that we can't afford for microbes or contaminants to get into the food and cause either safety or quality issues for consumers. So by using advanced recycling technologies, such as pyrolysis, we are able to break that packaging down into oil, for example, and refractionate that and build it back up into a whole new plastic. And that removes any contamination and can ensure that we've got safe plastics that are environmentally friendly that can provide that protection that's needed for food and cosmetic and other products.
You've mentioned arch competitors working together to overcome the recycling challenge. That must be very gratifying and a great indication for the future.
We've been collaborating not only with major brands for food and grocery products, but right across the whole supply chain. We've been working with companies that manufacture plastics, recyclers, local councils, all to be able to design a product stewardship scheme that will see us be able to recycle soft plastic in a new way that is going to significantly increase the volume of material that can be collected and processed and create a circular economy for this material.
There's been so much discussion regarding the use of plastic packaging. Perhaps we sometimes forget how essential it is to the Australian food and grocery manufacturing industry.
Sometimes there's a simplistic view that we should just eliminate all plastic, and it's important to recognise the very important barrier properties that plastic does have. We know that food waste actually has a bigger environmental impact than the packaging does, so we need to be able to solve both challenges. It doesn't mean eliminating packaging, it means right-sizing it and having the right format of packaging and designing for whole of life cycle for the product as well as for the package. We don't want to create perverse outcomes by just moving out of plastic and moving into glass, for example, which may potentially cause more emissions by having to truck around heavier weight material. So we've got to find the right solution for the right product and consider the whole life cycle of the product and the packaging. That level of collaboration across the whole supply chain is really critical. We all have a part to play. It's not just about redesign the packaging and it's not just about improving recycling. It's actually across the whole supply chain that we need to work together to solve these problems.